won't be getting out of here alive.
The hell? Is that a Zoogle? Everyone, be careful!
That thing is huge! Looks like we've got our work cut out for us.
Salve, salve rapaziada, tudo bom com vocês? Sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo aqui no canal. Quem fala com vocês é o Ailton. É o seguinte, rapaziada, vamos aí para mais um episódio de Tales of Arise. Esse aqui é o episódio, 18º episódio. No episódio passado, a gente teve uma luta difícil contra a Lady... nunca sei o nome dela. A Lady Almeidreia e o dragãozinho dela. Acho que pra mim foi a luta mais difícil do game até agora. Até porque eu precisei restartar a batalha, porque eu não consegui matar ela na primeira vez. Eu achei que a gente ia matar o dragão e aí depois a gente ia ter que matar ela. Não, a gente só derrubar o dragão que a gente conseguiu derrotar ela. Que bom, né? Que bom, porque se tivesse que enfrentar ela também ia ser muita covardia, né? Mas enfim, a gente também descobriu, na verdade a gente não, né? O Alphen, lembrando do passado dele, do porquê ele tem aquela máscara. A gente viu uma menina que parece com a Shione, que não é a Shione, né? E tô curioso pra saber aí como que vai desenrolar isso aí. Então vamos lá. Agora ele sente dor, né? Que o que fazia ele não sentir dor era a máscara. Então isso que tô curioso pra saber. Aqui tem o que aqui? Deixa eu ver. A gente não corre. Aparentemente aqui é onde a gente começa, onde a gente caiu, né? Não tem nada. A Shione foi raptada pelo Lord Volvo, nem sei também o nome dele, Volvo, que é aquele espadachim negro. Ele aparenta ser um inimigo pior que a Almeidreia. Estamos num outro local do cenário do jogo, litoral de Utah, algo assim. Cristal astral. Agora uns bichos elétricos agora. Vou fazer o seguinte. É aqui. Agora eu posso ligar. Aqui. Acho que só, né? Tá, vamos lá. Sai, sai. Ah, que bosta. Morreu. Cadê o outro? Caramba, mano, ele ficou muito fraco, velho. Nem tá correndo. Tem uma coruja aqui, ó. Aí, valeu. Não, volta.
Speaking of Thistleum, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area is teeming with stray Zoogles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now, trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
A memória dele.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
O que ele tá usando ali? Tapa-olho.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Caramba, mano. Tipo, agora ele pode sentir dor, ele pode morrer agora, né? Acho que antes ele não podia. Não, chegamos na vila. Opa,
Do you sense one of your friends,
tem uma
Hoodle?
coruja aqui.
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah. And now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegus is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegus. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300?
Oxi.
But that'd make Alphen...
Oxi.
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
O grupo se separou.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
Então, ele é a reencarnação de uma calamidade antiga. Caramba, velho. Eu queria ter visto ele matando geral lá, hein, mano. Os caras mereciam, né, mano? Fazer ele de cobaia, né, mano? Vamos lá, vamos dar um rolê aqui no vilarejo. Nossa, tem um monte de coisa aqui. Tá, a gente tem pessoal pra conversar, tem lojinha aqui. Viagem rápida.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renin sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden. A figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renin, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renin. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
Tipo, pareceu um monte de mistério, né? Tá, vamos falar aqui com o Ralph.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. It's strange. When I think about Lenegus, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renins invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, My friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
E é verdade, ele tem mais de 300 anos, né? Tiozão. Tiozão e tanto. Cadê o LOL? Ah, o LOL tá lá do outro lado. Bom. Bife. Não dá pra ir. Tem item aqui? Não, né? Sei que tem uma coruja aqui. Ali tem uma saída. Ah não, acho que eu vou falar com ela primeiro aqui. Depois eu falo com ele lá.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense.
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, That's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
E aí, isso é verdade. Que coisa, velho. Vou falar com o LOL agora. Tem uma coruja aqui, não tem? Cadê a coruja? Tem uma coruja aqui, cadê? Bom, depois eu vejo.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Tá bom. Sermão, só sermão.
Back to the inn, I guess.
Não dá pra descer por aqui. Cadê a corujinha? Corujinha.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Isso aí. Os membros que saíram retornaram ao grupo. Uau, incrível lutador desajeitado. Beleza.
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Onde? Lá em cima. Vou montar o time aqui. Vou tirar o LOL e colocar o do Larim. O LOL tem cura. O do Larim tem cura, né? Vou salvar aqui, né? Teve muita conversa. Vamos. E aqueles macacos.
Remember, if the paint's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come.
Bora.
We can't let even a single one through.
There's a firm no-Zugo policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
not in your dreams.
I'm not done.
Eita. Ah, pô.
This one's mine. In here.
Ô
One more.
macaco maldito.
Not a chance. It's almost too strong.
Split it open.
Be my guest. Be still. I'm not done. Sorry, lost me.
Free you of your power.
Sleep now. I'll be saving this one.
Appreciate the help. Raise faith and blood.
Sai daqui.
Eager.
Benediction light.
Allow me to help you.
Mano, esses macacos são um pouco, cara.
Take this.
Inferno, velho.
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malika!
Take this.
In a bind.
No escape. Dragon swarm. Eternal devastation.
Olha que bicho filho da mãe.
Escape.
Morre logo.
Glacial Fire! Tiger Blade! Armor won't save
Esses bichos com escurão corre também, viu, mano?
Dragon Shield and here goes! Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this saloon kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Bora lá, né? Até que enfim acordou, né, fi?
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast,
Ah,
but...
o capitão,
All
né?
of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Verdade.
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened, whether he's alive or otherwise. We've exhausted all the avenues available to us.
Fine. Let's get going.
Tistelin, o vilarejo oculto.
Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon.
Além da vingança.
Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Xion?
Of course not. Xion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Xion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea.
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
É isso aí. Então vamos ver aqui. A gente tem uma quest aqui. A gente tem que descobrir como chegar a Pelegião. Vamos falar com esse NPC aqui, vamos ver o que ele quer. Vocês são bons de matar Zugo, né? Porque eu tô precisando de um favor. De fato, você parece estar em maus lençóis. Eu podia ter jurado que a gente já tinha eliminado todos os Zugos que estavam tentar entrar nessa aldeia. Eliminaram sim. Esses Zugos não estão tentando atacar a gente. Eles estão roubando os nossos peixes. Seus peixes? E tem uns Zugos primatas com os braços enormes que batem na superfície da água com as duas mãos e criam essas ondas gigantes. Eles fazem isso para atordoar os peixes, o que faz eles boiarem para a superfície e daí os pegar. Não sei como, mas eles aprenderam a fazer isso recentemente e são tão bons que a gente tá até passando fome. Parece que vocês estão com um problemão. Claro que estão, pô. Até parece que peixe dá em árvore. Esse tipo de pesca não é bom para nossas águas. Então o ponto de discórdia é a maneira como pescam, não o fato de pescarem. Só vocês para dar um jeito de expulsar essa macacada doida daqui. E aí, vão ajudar a gente? Claro. Claro, a gente vai dar cabo dessa rede de Zugos pescadores de uma vez por todas. Alguém teria dito em melhores palavras, sendo uma pescadora, esse caso a deixou em polvorosa, como você pode ver. Então vamos lá, inimigos de pesca. A quest secundária já, né?
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Descer aqui embaixo.
Guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
Quero saber. Tem uma coruja perdida aqui, não tem? Opa, aqui ali. Agora a gente corre de novo. Sarve.
Great! I'll let you cook then.
Wait, what?
Quando a gente entrou aqui tinha ele sentiu uma coruja, né? Deixa eu fazer isso de novo, quero só ver. Que aqui é onde a gente tava aquela hora, né? Tem uns bichos aqui. Vamos voltar aqui, vamos ver se a corujinha vai apitar. Não. Não, sim.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Deve estar aqui dentro, eu acho. Ou naquele outro lugar ali, vamos ver. Cadê o vendedor? Tá. Legal. Tem estalagem. Vendedor de arma. Acessório. Itens. Vou vender aqui. Identificação de prata 11. Tá. Comprar. Cara, eu usei todas as minhas poções de vida, velho. Vou comprar 8. Aqui ele vende trigo, tofu. Vou comprar 10. Espada ele não vende, armadura ela vende. Nossa, armadura é a cara da porra. Vou precisar gastar 4, 8, 12, 16, quase 20 mil. Deixa eu ver ali nos acessórios ali.
You can never be too prepared. But did we...
Vamos ver. Criar arma. Garra chamejante polida. Presa de cincelo. Unha trovejante polida. Unha trovejante. Dá pra me fazer, hein? Gume sólido. Não dá pra me fazer essa. Dá pra fazer essa aqui, ó. Vou fazer essa. E pra Rinrail não dá pra fazer nenhum. Preciso de itens. Pedra gélida. Pra ele também não dá pra fazer esse aqui, ó. Vamos fazer esse. Dá pra fazer esse escudo aqui. E pro LOL dá pra fazer essa soqueira aqui. Beleza. Soqueira de cristal. Tá.
Have to spend so much?
E acessório. Criar acessório. Emblema do guerreiro. Tá, eu não vou criar acessório não. Só criar acessório nível 5. Eu vou comprar as armaduras aqui. Peraí. Eu vou comprar essas gomas de laranja. Pô, é caro essas gomas, viu, velho? Puta que pariu, mano. Eu vou precisar, né, mano? Por enquanto ainda não. Eu vou comprar armadura aqui. Essa. Essa e essa. Sobrou 15 mil só. Será que a gente vai precisar dessas armaduras? Não sei que eu não posso vender elas. As armas eu sei que não. Um segundo. As armas eu sei que a gente vai precisar pra fazer outras armas. Agora a armadura eu não tô usando não, viu, mano? Será que se eu vender vai dar ruim, mano? Não, vou deixar por enquanto.
Did we really just spend that much money?
Precisa dormir aqui, né? Deixa eu ver aqui. Mais experiência.
This looks perfect. Guaranteed.
Ganhamos um. Quem que é? Kizara, chefe responsável. Deixa eu ver aqui. Tá, eu não tenho ponto suficiente. Preciso comprar aquela habilidade lá. Quando liberar ela. Vou guardar então. Aqui não tem. Ataque e extensão. Limite de tempo. Não. Cadê? Regeneração. Isso aqui. Esse aqui é interessante, hein? Eu não vou usar ainda não. Esperar pra comprar aquela habilidade lá. Cadê? Acho que é essa aqui, né? Cadê? Não apareceu aqui ainda. Mas enfim, acho que é essa aqui, ó. Cadê? Bom, depois eu vejo. Então vamos lá. Vamos ver se a gente consegue avançar um pouquinho aqui. Praticamente meia hora só de conversa.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Cadê essa coruja, velho? Não tá. Deixa eu ver se eu vejo ela por aqui. Aqui não deve estar também. Em algum lugar aqui perto. Acho que deve estar ali dentro, né? Vamos ver. O que tem aqui dentro? Tá. Tem nada aqui. Alojamento. Vamos sair, né? Mas cadê essa coruja, velho? Bem escondida, hein?
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Então, tá falando que tem uma coruja, mas aonde tá essa coruja? Por aqui? Opa! Tá por aqui. Olha aqui, ó. Estrela do mar. Presilha de estrela. Beleza.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Vamos lá, vamos sair aí e vamos ver o que vai acontecer. Nossa, velho, floresta.
I think Hoodle senses an owl around here.
Da hora o cenário, velho.
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Verdade, né? Caramba. Grande o mapa, hein? Bom, primeiro eu vou descer, claro, né? Tem um ponto de pesca aqui em cima. Tá, vamos lá. Tem um caminho pra cá. Mas primeiro eu vou descer, depois eu volto aqui. Ó, tem uns bichos diferentes, tem uns javali. Ah, porra. Desvia, fi.
Charge like that could easily be faced. Now, just as well. All yours, Kisara. On your knees require a hand. Air pressure. Resonate with the earth. You're mine. You're finished. Eternal devastation. Now.
Morreu.
Not a chair. I'll grind you with your back. Throwing light spear. Rising fire. You're mine. You're finished. Eternal devastation. Be still. I'm ready. Soaring light spear.
Morreu.
Everybody
Vamos
okay?
descer, vamos descer.
We're all right, Alvin.
Vamos lá. Aqui javali.
I'll do my best.
Take this.
Denied.
You picked the wrong fight.
This one's mine.
Mano, o bicho vem lá dos infernos e me acerta, velho. Como é que filha da puta, mano?
No, nothing back.
Achei que tinha morrido, mano.
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it. I'll leave it to you.
Ah, ele não tem. Cadê o do Larrinho? Ele tem cura? Coração de leão. Tratamento.
I'm ready. Dazzle. Here I come. Soaring light spear. Take this. It's over.
Benediction.
Heal. Try harder. Take this. It's over. Take this. It's over. Soaring light spear. It's on. Soaring light spear. Resonate with the air.
This one's
Dragon
mine.
swarm. On your knees. Eternal devastation.
Ah, que mentira, velho.
You're mine.
Vai, morre logo, desgrama.
Eternal devastation. I'm ready. Dragon swarm. My turn. On your knees.
Caramba, velho.
Soaring light spear.
Os bichos tá ficando forte, velho.
We can really make weapons with this?
Vamos descer aqui. Vamos descer até lá embaixo. Descer não, né? Subir. Achei que era descer. O que que tem aqui? Olha os macacão.
Is that the Zoogle we're looking for?
Olha os macacão.
I'll do my best.
Here I come.
Vai cair aí, otaku.
You picked the wrong fight. Take this.
In a vine?
Arms even natural? Tiger blade.
Take this.
Far enough.
Now you see what I can do. Eagle ray.
Mano, que mentira, velho.
You're mine.
Frozen?
Hammer.
My turn. I'm not done.
Heal.
Be still.
More for the stockpile.
Here I come. Damn it. Too fast.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Dragon swarm.
Ai, morre aí, filho da mãe.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
O que que tem mais aqui?
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
Dois caminhos.
Oh, it feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Tem javali, né?
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in...
Gotta break through! Here I come!
Lightning can
This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
This one's mine!
Here goes Raging Cascade!
This one's mine!
Sleep now!
Round and toe!
More for the side!
Give me a castle!
Take this! Take this! Dragon
Take
Roar!
away! I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
More with that Kisara!
Eternal devastation! Be
Now!
still! Blow them away! Not a chance! Strike! Soaring Light Spear!
To me!
This one's all
Sai
mine!
fora, filho.
Here I come!
Raging Cascade!
Far enough!
Sleep now! I'll be saving this
Dazzle!
one!
Soaring Light Spear! Take this! You're finished! Eat dirt!
Mano, o Alckmin ficou muito fraco, velho.
Make it rain!
Soaring Light Spear!
All yours, Kisara!
My turn! I'm not done!
Now!
Don't leave!
All yours, Kisara!
Nossa, ele perdeu muito poder, velho. Você é louco.
Don't get complacent.
Cristal farpado. 4. E aqui tem o que? Aparentemente nada, né? Tem um rio.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Cristal aqui embaixo. Rocha termal. Tem um item ali. Isso. E aqui tem o que? Parece um caminho, né? Parece que tem um caminho ali embaixo. Estranho, né? Pode ser alguma passagem secreta. Ali embaixo não tem nada. Então vamos subir aqui, né? Não vou usar a cura agora não. Depois eu volto aqui. Opa, deixa eu ver o negócio. Deixa eu ver se ele vende arma. Não, só as armaduras mesmo. É o rancho, né? Agora você pode criar novos animais, ovelha. Vou abrir mais um espaço ali. Ovelha. Vamos botar um monte de ovelha aqui. E bora aí. Vamos subir lá em cima agora. Mano, eu não canso de falar que o cenário desse jogo é incrível, velho. Você é louco. Vai cair, bicho, não vai? Que coisa, não? Alface. Aqui tem... Depois eu volto. 32 o nível dos bichos. Paga, mentira, mano. Onde esses bichos tiram tanta força, mano? Olha isso.
Benediction light. In a bind?
I have no limits! Here
Their arcs were interrupted.
No escape! Dragon Form!
Morre.
Next! Prosecution!
Resonate with the earth.
Que mentira, velho.
Benediction light.
Raging Storm!
Os bichos carregam 400, 500 de vida, mano. Como assim?
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way
Rocha
yet to go.
termal, cristal farpado. Tá cheio de bicho ali, mano. As porra aqui.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Arcane Waterfall! In here! Confiscated!
Magia de gelo, hein?
You picked the wrong fight. Dragon form. I'm ready. Eternal devastation. Here I come. You're finished.
Now you see what I can do.
Catapult. Look shot. Eternal devastation. Crush. Heal. I'll keep one.
Olha aqui, fi.
You're mine. It's over.
More for the side pile.
Look sharp. Dragon form.
Congelou ele, mano.
My turn. Strike. Look sharp. Eternal devastation. Make it rain. All yours, Kisara. Not a chance. They smite with lightning spear. You're mine. It's over. Execution.
Thunder field.
Dragon form.
Caramba.
This one, make it rain. Look sharp. Lightning
Mas é forte da porra.
I can feel my power
Baú.
growing.
Que isso? Vamos ver o que tem aqui dentro. Presa de cincelo. Ó. Voltando aqui. Tá, vamos pra lá pra cima agora. Aí a gente vem pra cá. Cadê os macacos? Opa, tem uma coruja aqui. Ó, mentira, ó, mentira. Mano, puxa, porra, deixa eu jogar ali, mano.
I'll be saving this one.
It's over.
Going in. Here goes. More
Sai daqui, fi.
Here I come. Eat dirt. On guard. Round and pound. I'll grind you into dust. Eternal devastation.
Que desgraçado, mano.
Not on my watch.
I can carve through armor. Seismic rupture. The tempest engulfs you. Headshot on your knees.
Mano, não dá dano, velho. Caralho.
Your movement. And I'll stop your run.
Que merda, velho.
Looks like we won.
Nossa, o Alphen tá muito fraco, velho. Sei lá o que aconteceu com ele, velho. Mano, só tem esses bichos, não tem mais os macacão, não. Deixa eu fazer um negócio aqui.
Go no further.
Here I come. Eat dirt.
Cadê isso?
Here I come. It's over.
Deixa eu tentar desviar, ele tá péssimo, cara.
Dragon form. Eternal devastation. Far enough. Take this. You're finished. I'm ready.
Frozen.
Hammer. Now, you're mine. Dragon form. Flaming meteor. Eternal devastation. Pieces. Make it right. No escape.
Law, I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
I feel sprightlier than before.
Beleza. Então agora a gente vai aqui pra cima aqui, ó. Vamos lá. Cristal farpado. Ó, mais javali, velho. Só tem isso aqui.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Oh, meu Deus do céu, mano. Javali do caralho.
No further. Eternal devastation! Dragon swarm! Battle!
Feel here!
Soaring light spear! Here I come!
Now! Rickroll! Frozen!
Hammer! No escape! No escape! Blackened blade!
Ready to
Soaring light spear!
Rickroll! Frozen!
Hammer!
Let's refrain from losing.
Mano, só tem item badarosca aqui, velho. Você é louco. Tá. Cristal farpado. Ah, tem uns macacão ali em cima, né?
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
That's far enough! I can carve through armor!
Que mentira, velho.
You picked the wrong fight! No escape! Dragon swarm! Feel you where you stand! Far enough!
Air thrust! Light
More than enough for now!
Como pode esses bichos ser fortes desse jeito? Né?
Trigger blade!
Take this!
Confiscated!
Dragon swarm! I owe you one! Try this! Try harder!
Big waterfall!
Look shot!
In here!
Succeed!
More for the stockpile!
It's on!
This one's mine!
Eat dirt! Take this! Enough done! Try harder! Here I come! Not so Dragon
É
swarm!
louco, mano. Esse bicho aqui tá mó forte, mano. Beleza,
Do you
terminei
think
a
we'll be
quest.
okay to keep going?
I make no guarantees.
Deixa eu ver. Tá, vamos avançar pra cá. Vou voltar lá pra entregar a quest depois. Os inimigos deu trabalho aqui, mano. Ó, a coruja lá em cima, ó. Eu tenho que subir lá em cima. Tô vendo ela daqui, ó. Não dá pra falar com ela. Acho que eu tenho que subir lá em cima. Ixi, Maria, o bicho voltou. Não, é aqui, ó. É aqui, ó. Bandagem.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Tá. Tá guardando alguma coisa ali. Mas antes disso, deixa eu vir no ponto de cura ali, porque eu tô sem vida nenhuma. Tem um acampamento aqui mesmo.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped.
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while.
A little bit.
Oh, mas de novo, mano. Foi automático.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, She would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you a million times already,
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones. So deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know. But the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like we're...
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay. I came out great. Everyone's good.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Mais confuso do que eu tava no começo.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts.
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather, or...
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn... Ask the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
Bem feito.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some...
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately, that's been happening a lot less.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... did a lot of terrible things back then.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because, you know me, I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah, but still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts.
Rinwell.
Tá, beleza. Vou fazer o seguinte, vou voltar aqui. Acho que aqui é mais perto, né? Vou voltar aqui e vou entregar a quest lá. Tá, vamos lá. Fiz uma quest mesmo. Vamos ver quanto que a gente vai ganhar de ponto. Puxaria, né?
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
What?
Really? Dohalim.
3 poção de vida só. Achei que ia ganhar ponto, nem isso.
Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll trust your judgment, Kisara.
Bom, seguinte, rapaziada, eu vou finalizar o vídeo por aqui. Espero que vocês tenham gostado aí. Aí no próximo vídeo a gente avança pra cá, né? Pra saber onde a gente vai sair. Tô curioso pra saber como que a gente vai resgatar a Shione, porque só sobrou um Ward agora, né? Que é aquele malucão lá. Creio eu que a gente não esteja na parte final do jogo. Tá muito pouco ainda. Eu espero que não, né? Mas enfim, é isso aí. Quem puder se inscrever no canal aí, agradeço bastante aí. Desculpem os palavrões aí, é porque, cara, tem hora que não tem condição, cara. O jogo é muito ladrão. Mas enfim, quem puder deixar aquele like, eu agradeço também. Então, é isso aí, rapaziada. A gente se vê nos próximos vídeos. Valeu e